Hello, friends. It's been a while. And in that time, a lot has happened. Especially today, if you didn't know, or if you were not part of the wrestling world, you probably didn't know that today was All In, the big UK show for AEW, which was actually a great pay-per-view. You can rewatch it right now on either BR Live or the Fight channel, or even on, I believe, on YouTube. There's multiple ways you can watch it. If you haven't, go ahead and check it out. I really enjoyed it. I watched the whole pay-per-view. I think the only thing that really, a lot of people had a problem with was Saraya, aka Paige, winning the women's championship. Just not cool to disrespect Sheeta the way that they did with that quick turnaround or that quick championship run. I mean, I get it. They're in the UK, they want to get the hometown pop for Saraya, but just not a lot of people were on board with that. But overall, I would say I really enjoyed the pay-per-view. But now, going back to the pay-per-view and other stuff that happened, Jack Perry, son of Luke Perry, Jungle Boy, was on the pay-per-view. He had a match on the pre-show 0 Hour, and so did CM Punk. And if you happen to miss out on the news that was, I believe, either earlier last week or the week before, I guess there was some sort of incident or argument over a segment with Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, from his taping from Collision. I guess, he wanted to go through a car window and use real glass, and he was, I believe, told from the story that he was told not to. And I guess he kind of pushed for it as far as against the producers and against the agents for the match or the segment. And from what we were told, as far as from Fightful or PW Insider, management basically went to Punk and asked him, hey, you're the veteran, you're kind of the locker room leader. And he was told to basically talk him out of it, or, explain why they don't want to do it, because I guess he was really, really pushing for it. There's a lot of different stories that kind of went around. Some say that, they got into an argument. Some say it wasn't that big of a deal. Some say that Punk was mad because he was trying to get almost injured so he can get time off for the next week. So because he was supposed to go on vacation, I guess. So he's trying to get out of showing up to Collision next week. There's a lot of hearsay, she said, as it is with all these, backstage dramas that's been happening with AEW. And, to keep in line with the current trend of things, there was a report that came out literally as the show was going on for All In, that there was an incident, an altercation, that was how it was phrased, an altercation between Jack Perry and CM Punk. Now, if you watch the pre-show, I was watching the pre-show, there was a spot in the match where, Hook and, Jack Perry, they're on the car. Jack Perry goes through the windshield. I mean, he doesn't go through the windshield. The windshield just collapses, but it cracks. And then, you can see Jack Perry, hit the windshield and say, see, real glass, cry me a river. And everybody knew what this was a reference to. This was a reference to CM Punk and the whole, stuff that happened the previous week. So anyways, Hook wins the match. Match is over. CM Punk comes out. He comes out and wrestles Samoa Joe. As the match is going on, a report comes out that there was, the incident that, I just spoke of. And that was literally all we heard. And then more information started to come out. Apparently there was, Jack Perry got into CM Punk's face, or, and then he bumped into him, which, CM Punk shoved him. And then he, in retaliation, choked Jack Perry. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means he got him into a Darce choke, he got him into a guillotine, or he just straight up started strangling the kid. But that's what the first more detailed report says. Then more came out from PW Insider saying that they heard Jack Perry was ejected from the building and was told to leave and to go home, and that CM Punk was still at the building. Then we got another update from Alexander Rusev, Miro, saying that this is not true, that didn't happen. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know what to believe, what not to believe. Obviously, this is just more of the same old when it comes to AEW drama. At least it's not with the Elite, I guess you could say, which is really weird when you think about it. If you think about it, the thing that happens, literally a week before with Jack Perry, and then Tony Khan schedules the order of matches. It's Jack Perry, CM Punk, the Elite. Like, why would you schedule these matches back to back? Like, especially with these people. So I'm guessing, when Punk went through the curtain, I'm gonna guess he had to walk past, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Hangman Adam Page. I'm just guessing, but yeah, it's just really weird that they would kind of put those people back to back. I mean, if anything, you knew something was going to happen. I've also seen like reports that say that punches were thrown. It's a lot of he said, she said. I believe Tony Khan was asked by Sean Ross Sapp if he can give us any information. Now, he did confirm that there was an incident, that he didn't want to elaborate, and said that they're currently investigating it, and that's all he would provide at this time. But yeah, that's the current information that we have now. There's a lot of people that keep feeding into this and feeding into the the Elite versus Punk side of things, or this side versus that side, and it's just really weird. I don't like it, and I hate seeing it online. And I think that also the other thing I really hate about it is there's a lot of like, I wouldn't even call them media personalities, because they're not even reporters. They're just fans. They're just big fan Twitter accounts or social media accounts, and then they just kind of stoke the fires when it comes to this information, whether they're on the Elite side or whether they're on the Punk side, and they just they rile up the fan base just for engagement, because especially now with Twitter, I mean, people are getting paid for engagement. So anytime you see somebody like post something like that, and it's just bait, and at the same time they have a blue check, or maybe they're hiding their blue check, as you can see when people edit their tweets and they don't have a blue check, then you kind of can get an idea what's going on, because they're getting engagement. Unfortunately, this is what we have to deal with. This is the new Twitter, or the new X that we have now because of Elon Musk. But yeah, it's just really frustrating. And I saw somebody's tweet that kind of mirrored my sentiment, was like, can we just not talk about this and focus on the paper? Because a lot of it wasn't that important. Like, a lot of the stuff, like, if it was really nothing, then why are we even talking about this? And it did, like, a lot with the other stuff, with the Brawl Out stuff, it did take away from the pay-per-view. I feel like people were more focused on trying to find out information about the incident than the actual pay-per-view. I thought it was a good show, and it's really frustrating, and it's really sad that this continues to happen. Yeah, it's just a complicated scenario. Do they suspend Jack Perry? Do they suspend CM Punk? I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they suspend CM Punk, especially with All Out right around the corner. And then, just so people know, they're going to do this again. Tony Khan has already said that he's already made plans for All In and All Out back to back again next year. So, which is just crazy. I can't believe this. I thought this was just bad planning. Like, oh yeah, we're going to have 2 pay-per-views back to back in different countries just by mistake. Like, it was just kind of like a happenstance kind of thing. But now he's like, no, we're going to do this next year as well. That is so insane. But anyways, I'm sure we'll receive some new reports or updates very shortly. This is not the end. We're going to hear of this. I'm sure before the day is done, we will hear more on the subject and get more information and more takes. But let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you guys thought of the All In pay-per-view. The main thing that happened today. What you guys think of the pay-per-view? What was your favorite match? Let me know in the comments below your favorite match from the All In pay-per-view. Thank you guys for watching. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.